Okay, so let's get started. First things first, the first thing that I do is I put on my foundation, which is by the Maybelline Fit, and it just comes in this little tube. I absolutely love this stuff. I've only been using it for a little bit. You can tell that I haven't used a lot of it because I kind of just recently got it, something that I've been trying. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation. I just put it on just like this, all over on my face, just like this. And then I take my blending brush and I just blend it all in. And I love this color on my face because it like fits my skin tone so perfectly. It's got perfect pigments to match my skin tone, so it doesn't even look like I'm wearing any foundation at all. That's what I love about this stuff. It's like so perfect, and it goes on so smooth. It doesn't look cakey or anything like that, so I absolutely love it. Like I said, you can hardly tell that I have any foundation on because I wear it. So I basically just take my blending brush and I just smooth it all out all over evenly, just like this, and make sure that I get every little spot covered perfectly, just like so. And there's that part of it. There is my foundation. Like I said, I just make sure that I get it all blended perfectly all over my face. Alright, so then the next thing that I do is I use a little bit of concealer, and I put the concealer like right underneath my eye, and I just make a V with it, and it is just a tad bit darker, but it is still so perfect for my skin because it actually conceals all of the dark circles under my eyes and any fine lines. So I absolutely like this stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you what it was. This is the Maybelline Age Rewind Age Rewind blah, 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 concealer. Yes, sorry. So I just kind of put that on right underneath my eyes, and I bring it down enough too just to make it blend in with my skin. And I just get it all up underneath my eye just to cover up any of the dark circles I may have up underneath there. Okay, so there we have that. Okay, the next thing that I do is I put on my priming eyeshadow, which is by Urban Decay. It just is an eyeshadow primer, and I actually just take a little bit just like this and just dab it on the top of my eyelid, just like that. And then I just blend it in with my finger. And I am not a professional makeup artist. This is just not my, forte. This is just the way that I put my makeup on, and the way that I like it to look on my face. So just a disclaimer. Okay, so currently I'm using the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, and as you can see, I pretty much wore it out. And I always start with the classic, this pink color right here. It's called Silk Teddy. And I just put that on my entire eyelid, just like this. And I just cover the entire eyelid with that eyeshadow. And I'm using the Sonia Kushak, I'm not even sure if that's how you pronounce her name, in the number 106. Again, I'm not even sure if this is the right brush to use to apply this eyeshadow, but this is the brush that works for me when I'm applying this eyeshadow. So once I have both of my lids completely done, I just kind of make sure that they're even and of the same height and of the same amount on my eyelid. And the next thing that I do is I take my, same with the Sonia brush in the number 205, and I take this and I use the, which you can tell it's almost gone, in the same classic panel, I use the classic right here, it's called Push Up, and I just dab it just like this, and I take it and I put it right up here in the crease of my eye, and I go all the way over with it, all the way over. And I do that with both eyes. I just make sure that it gets in there nice and blended right in the corner too. I am almost out of that stuff. That is like my favorite top part to put on my eye. And I've loved this palette so much that I've used the crap out of it. So anyway, just kind of like blend it over, make sure that it all looks the same, blend it on both sides. Like I said, I just put that up in the crease and add if I need to. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Okay, so the next thing that I use is my Maybelline New York Eye Studio eyeliner, and I have it in this little container here. Absolutely love this stuff. This has been the best eyeliner that I've ever used. If you guys have watched some of my videos before, you guys will know that this is my go-to eyeliner. Anyway, so what I do is I just take it and I just put it right on the top of my eyelid, right here, right above the eyelashes. And I just dab it on, and then I straighten it out as I go. And I bring it over as far as I can. And again, I just try to make it as straight as I possibly can. And a really thin line too. I really don't put it on really thick. Some spots they get a little thicker, but I try to even those out as I go along. And then I just put it on over here in the corner as much as I possibly can. And then I do the same thing with my other eye. So, I don't know if you guys can see that very well or not. But anyway, so I'm going to go over and do the other eye now. And like I said, I just dab it on right above my eyelashes just to get that line in there. Perfect line. Perfect. And like I said, I just do a really thin line. I don't do a lot. Okay. And then I take my wipes, my face wipes, and I just use the Simple brand wipes, and I wipe off my brush because I like to put this brush away clean. So I'm going to clean that brush off. Okay, so then after that, the next thing that I do is I go to my Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. And if you guys have been watching me too for a while, you guys will know that this is my go-to mascara, the favorite mascara that I always use. And I just go ahead and I apply the mascara. And I do it with obviously going on an upward way so I can get it all on my eyelashes. And I never curl my eyelashes. I really don't have to, especially with this stuff. My eyelashes are pretty long anyway, so and I know it doesn't like focus in them, so there, that might be a little bit better. Okay, so I don't really need to curl them because my eyelashes are fairly long anyway, and then this mascara just like accentuates it and makes them look even longer. I love this mascara because the simple fact that it doesn't ever clump up on me, and it actually goes on so smooth. And I absolutely have always loved this mascara for that reason. And this is the routine that I do every single day. Obviously, I may use a different palette, but this is pretty much my everyday routine on how I put my makeup on. So I have that on, and then the next thing that I do is I go back to my natural palette, and I take one of my brushes. I don't know the name of this brush, and I don't have, oh, it's from BH Cosmetics, but I don't know the number. And I just take it and I go into the day line of this, and I take a little bit of the espresso and I dab it in just like this, and I put it right on the corners of my eyes to kind of give it that smoky eye look. And again, I am not a professional, so I have no clue how to actually do a professional smoky eye look, but this is the way that I do it, and it works perfectly for me. So anyway, so I just take it on and I dab it on just like this, and I blend it in really nicely. Then in that same line of day, I take the Heaven, which is the white luminescent powder right here, and I put it right underneath my eyebrow, just like this, just to give it some, just to illuminate it a little bit. just like this. And then I take my blending brush and I blend it in. I believe this is from Sigma, yeah, blending E25. And I just blend it all in just like this. And I had never hardly ever put anything like on the underneath of my eye, but today I will. I'm just going to go back to that espresso that I used for my trying to do my, oh god, what is that called? I just lost my train of thought. The smoky eyes, and I just use the same thing, and I just put a little bit underneath my eye right here. I just brushed it in just like this. And then the next thing I do is I go to my NYC New York Individual Eyes palette, and I go and I use this like angled brush by Sonia again, number 109, and I take the white right here. And this is like almost like a gel type of eyeshadow, and I just kind of put it right here in the corners of my eyes just to give it some illumination and to make my eye pop here in the corner. Just like that. If you guys can see that or not. This is probably like bad lighting to do this. Okay, and then lastly what I do is I take my Physicians Formula powder, and I get my powder brush out and I take it and I put powder all over my face just like this to blend it in so nicely that it just looks like I don't even have any powder on, and I just blend that all over. And then the next thing that I take is my Too Faced Candlelit Glow, and this is like a bronzer or highlighter, and I just take this and I put it on my cheekbones right here, and I put some on my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and a tiny dab on my chin just to give it some illumination. And then I take a little tiny bit of blush, and this is the Cosmopolitan 01 Blush Cheek Powder, and I take my other little brush, oops, and I just take a little bit of it and I just put it on my cheek just like this, just like so, and then put a little bit of finishing spray by Urban Decay on, and away I go. There you have it, guys. There's how I put my makeup on.